Hello student, today I am going to discuss vector analysis. So generally physical quantities are of two types, one is scalar and other is vector. Now what is scalar? Only those physical quantities which have magnitude. Sometimes it can have direction also, but generally scalar quantities are those physical quantities which have magnitude. So those physical quantities which have only magnitude. Now what is magnitude? Actually magnitude tells about how much or how big. How much or how big. How big. For example, suppose we have 2 kg mass. So here it have 2 kg magnitude. What will be the magnitude of 25 degree Celsius temperature? If someone asks you, then its magnitude is 25 degree Celsius. Okay. Another example is, if we have a liquid and its density is equal to 3 gram per centimeter cube, then we can say density of the liquid is a scalar quantity because it have only magnitude. So 3 gram per centimeter cube is the magnitude of the density. Okay. Now if a person moves 2 meter distance, then it have 2 meter magnitude. Clear है? Is it clear or not? So I want to give one more example. Suppose my stopwatch starting from 9 am to 9:30 am. Now what will be the change in time? So it will be 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes. Sorry, 30 minutes. Is it okay? This is time difference. This is time difference. This is time difference. So those physical quantities which have only magnitude is known as scalar physical quantity. Okay. Now if someone asks you what is vector quantity, what is vector? So vector is defined as those physical quantity which have magnitude plus direction plus it must follow Vector's law. vectors law. Only those physical quantities are known as vector quantity which have magnitude, direction and follow vectors law. Okay, for example, suppose we are applying a force of 20 Newton in eastwards, then it have magnitude as well as direction. So, and it follow vectors law. That's why I am going to tell it a vector quantity. So, this is a vector quantity known as force. Is it okay? Okay. Now, another example is 20 meter displacement in north direction, या northwards. So it have magnitude as well as direction. Okay, and it follow vectors law. That's why displacement is a vector quantity. This is displacement. Another example is, I have a car which is moving 20 meter per second in south direction, southwards. So it have magnitude as well as direction. Is it okay? So velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Got my point? Okay, so remember these 3 points: magnitude, direction and follow vectors law. So only those physical quantities are known as vector quantity which must have magnitude, direction and follow vectors law. Okay, how to represent a vector? Suppose I have a plane and this is the plane, and I have to draw a vector like this. Okay, and like this and like this. So these kind of vectors are represented as just like this. Suppose this is a vector, this is B vector, this is C vector and this is D vector. Then all these forces is in plane, is in a same plane. Got my point? Okay, so I can write here, in the plane of, these vectors are in the plane of paper. Okay, now if we have a vector which is moving outside to the plane, just like this. Okay, just like this. Okay, and it must have a 90 degree from this plane. It make 90 degree from this plane. So how I can represent this? We put a point in a circle. Suppose this is F vector, then this vector is outside to the plane of paper. To the plane of paper. Okay. Now if a vector is moving inside to the plane, suppose this is this vector moving inside to the plane, then we can call it a vector inside to the plane of paper. Is it okay? And it should be represented like this, a cross over a circle. So suppose this is E vector and it is known as a vector inside to the plane of paper. Okay. So just like this I can represent the vector. How to represent a single vector? Suppose I have a vector just like this. I have a vector just like this, suppose just like this, and this is known as initial point of the vector. And in physics I call it tail. This is tail of the vector, and this is final point. This is final point or final position of the vector, and in physics this is known as head. Okay, and distance between head and tail is known as magnitude of the vector. Suppose this is a vector, then I can represent the magnitude of a vector is the mod of a vector, and this will be equal to a. Okay. So this is the whole thing about a vector. Now we are going to learn how to find out angle between any two vectors. Suppose I have two vectors. One is A, this is A vector, and another is B vector. This is B vector. Okay. So if both vector have same initial point, A vector, this is B vector, if both vector have same initial point, then angle between A vector and B vector will be just like this, and we will always calculate angle between two vector in anti-clockwise. Okay, so this will be anti-clockwise angle between the vector. Okay, this will be the angle between the vector. Suppose this angle is theta, then angle between the vector is theta. Okay. So if we have two vector A and B, and this is the initial point या tail of two vector, then theta angle will be this, and we always measure angle in anti-clockwise direction, and this angle will be positive. Got my point? Now if have A is this and B is just like this, so what will be the angle between these two angle? Now this is the condition over here, this is the condition, this is the condition. So I can shift vector A parallelly from here to here. Okay, then this will be the angle between vector A and vector B. Now suppose this was the initial position and we have to calculate angle between A vector and B vector. One more thing which I can do, shift B vector parallelly, shift B vector parallelly from here to here, then angle between vector A and vector B can be calculated. And this type of shifting is under the law of transmissibility. Now what is law of transmissibility? Suppose a vector, suppose a force F applied on a object, then I can shift F force parallelly because there will be no change in the effect of the vector. Okay, I can tell you more about this. Suppose a vector F is applied here. Now I can shift this vector parallelly from here to here. There will be no change in the effect of this vector on this object. So we can shift any vector parallelly because there will be no change in the effect of the applied vector on the object. I think you can understand what I am saying. So I have discussed already these two cases. So here theta will be the angle. Suppose a vector A is just like this and vector B is just like this. A vector B is just like this. Then if somebody going to ask you what will be the angle between vector A and vector B, suppose this vector is making angle 120 from x-axis in clockwise direction. Then how to find out angle between vector A and vector B? Here we can shift vector A parallelly from here to here. Then this will be the shifting of the vector A, and now this will be the angle between vector A and vector B. This is anti-clockwise direction. So angle between vector A and vector B will be 360 minus 120 will be equal to 240 degree. Got my point? How to find out angle between two vector? Good. For example, suppose vectors A, B, C are shown like this. Find the angle between A vector and B vector. So first we shift these vector according to law of transmissibility. suppose this is our Cartesian coordinate. This is y axis and this is x axis and this is origin. Now I have to shift these vector parallelly. So here is 30 angle made by a vector with x axis. So we will shift this vector just like this. So this will be the vector A and this angle is 30 degree, and this is vector B. I can shift this vector like this, okay, and this angle will be alternate angle and will be 45, okay. So this angle is 45 and this is also 45. So B vector is making 45 degree from y axis as well as from x axis. Now we will shift vector C. This is angle 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. So when we will shift vector C just like this angle will be 60 degree, okay. So suppose this is vector C, so this angle will be 60 degree. Now we can find out easily angle between any vector. So first question is, what will be the angle between A and vector B? So this angle is 60 degree and this angle is 45 degree. So angle between A and B will be 105 degree. Now what will be the angle between A vector and B vector? What will be the angle between vector A and vector B? So I can calculate this is 60 degree and this is 45 degree. So this will also be 105 degree. Second question, angle between vector A and vector C. This angle will be 30 degree. This angle will be 90 degree. So the angle between vector A and vector B will be 150 degree. So answer will be 150 degree. And angle between B and C I have calculated already. I have done it already, 105 degree. So guys, this is the example how to find out angle between any two vector. Now next question is, find out angle between these two forces if they have equal magnitude. So I will shift this vector parallelly and this will be the angle between vectors and its answer is 120, okay. The whole angle is 180 and this is 60 degree, then 180 minus 60 will be 120 degree. So answer will be 120 degree. Clear hai? Now leave this question because I have no idea about unit vector. So this is introduction of vector.